guys, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about film and my love and passion for it now that I've started using it more in my business and workflow. You won't, I won't come out and say that I'm a film photographer yet because I've been shooting on it for probably just a little over a year, and I feel like I'm just getting to the point where I understand it enough that now I'm experimenting more with different films and labs and processing, and I'm not saying that I'm a film shooter until I feel that I can shoot consistently, until I find the film that I like the best and how I expose it and shoot it, and the lab that can process it so that everything's consistent. So I'm still experimenting and working with that area and just trying to get consistent with it before I offer it more for clients. But I am really enjoying learning it, and I wanted to share some things with you about it because a lot of people don't really understand film and how it works in photography today. So first of all, I just really like the opportunity as I shoot film that I am focusing on what photography is really about for me. With digital, you can just shoot, and it was just kind of you didn't slow down and really focus on what you were doing. It was just shoot it, process it, get it done kind of thing. And I feel like the film lets me slow down and focus on the art of what photography is, that it is an art and it's not just a business to make money. I'm in it for art and why I do what I do, and that's to be a creative, to create and to create art. So it really gives me an approach to slow down during my sessions, focus on what I'm doing while I'm shooting. I'm valuing each frame that's going off, not just because it's costing me a lot of money, but because you really value your composition and the posing and what you're doing and what you're creating, and you're not going to just let that shutter go until you have what you want to be photographed. You have it right. So it really helps me slow down and think. I really think the images come out very beautiful and very natural. I rarely have to do any post-processing on the images. My goal is to not have to do any by being consistent with the film and exposure and labs that I'm using. And getting scans every time so you send off your film, first of all, and then you have to wait for the lab to process everything and then upload the scans to the internet so you can download them. So it's like those couple weeks before Christmas where you get all excited, and then finally you get the email where when the Christmas presents are all laying out and you get to open them all. And I literally am just sitting there at the computer waiting for those scans to download. So and looking at them as they download, I mean, it's a huge time waster, but it's fun every time. So I say if stuff is fun every time, it never gets old, then it's something that you want to keep doing. Using film also saves me time because after I shoot the session, I just mail it off, and then like I said, I wait for the scans to come in, and as I'm getting consistent, there's no post-processing afterwards. So I literally do the session, mail it, sit around, do whatever else I need to do for my business, not worrying about the images. I get the scans downloaded to my computer, and then I send them to the client. There's very, very little processing, which is the ultimate goal while shooting film. So that is great. It's a huge time saver. The drawback to film is obviously that it does cost a lot of money. One, in investing in new gear. If you're a digital shooter, it can be costly to just get some new gear to shoot film. Two, the film itself isn't cheap. Any pro grade film that you'll be shooting on, I suggest maybe starting on something cheap just to get an idea if you like it or not. And then also the processing. And you can process your film at Walgreens if you're shooting on a 35 millimeter. And many people have good luck with that. Some don't, but it's a good starting point to practice. But eventually you want to get someone that's going to be consistent, careful with your negatives, consistent with their processing, and tailoring their scanning to your look, how you want your ultimate images to look like. So that's going to be costly more than just going to Walgreens. So you have to make sure that you're either building the prices up into your packages so that you have the ability to shoot film, and then you're also educating your clients that you are a film shooter. There is a difference, and a lot of people are drawn to the film images and don't really know why, and then eventually they'll learn, okay, that because it's film, and they realize that, and they just value the look that that gets, and the film gives the images, and willing to pay more for it as well. So I just wanted to share with you guys some things I have. First, I'm going to show you a film versus digital comparison. This was actually the first session that I ever shot film with the Contax. Pretty much ever shot film. And I wanted to supplement my film shooting with digital just to kind of back myself up in case I totally screwed it up. So I have a lot of similar photos, so we have the opportunity to get some comparisons here. The photo on the left was shot on Kodak Portra 400 film. This was about 1.5 years ago, so I think that film was new right around then, and it was shot on the Contax 645 with 80mm. And I believe there is absolutely no editing to that photo. I'm just floored at how amazing that looks. That was processed with Richard Photo Lab, and I believe it was on a Norito scanner because at the time I didn't know there was a difference, and I think they just automatically do that unless you ask specifically for Frontier. And then the one on the right there was shot on my 5D Mark II, probably with a 50. And then I don't have the raw images anymore to show you a straight out of camera shot. So this one does have some actions applied to it, so it has kind of more of that magenta. I don't really do that as much anymore, but you can see, like, even on her arm, you can still see some of that. I mean, I didn't go in and soften anything. I could have probably edited some of the skin, but here I didn't do anything, and the skin's just so soft and smooth. The coloring, it has kind of a cold coloring cast to it as well, where this is just, I just can't, there's no comparison. So that is the closest I can give you to a side-by-side for the digital versus film. So, and then I also wanted to show you kind of what a 35mm versus shooting out 645. So here's the two cameras. This is my Contax 645. This is a big boy with the 80mm lens. I don't have any other lenses at this time. This is what I shoot on. And this holds 120 film, so it's kind of a long, skinny roll of film is what it would shoot on, 120 or 220 size. And so the negatives come out like this. So they're a little bigger than what a 35mm roll would be. The advantages to shooting, this is medium format. The images are going to be a lot smoother and cleaner, not so much grain, and because you have that big negative, so they look really nice. Then you could be shooting on 35mm. I would suggest if you're going to start shooting film to get a 35mm camera. If you're shooting with Nikon or Canon, there's, I think, the F100 for Nikon, and this is the EOS 3, or the EOS 1V is another one that you can get for Canon. This one can be like $200 to $300, or even less, brand new or used. You can get them on KEH.com, and for this one, you can put all of the Canon L series lenses on them, or any of the lenses on these cameras. Same with, I think, the F100 for Nikon. So it's a cheap investment, and you can already use the lenses that you have and then start practicing using it, film and exposing and things like that. And then the negatives you're all familiar with these. These are the 35mm negatives. So I wanted to show you some prints. The exciting thing about doing film is that at the lab, it's only a couple dollars extra to get the prints made. The prints will always look better than what they look like on the computer, and so I love getting the prints back. And I'm just going to show you a few, and I don't know if this is going to be helpful at all, but look at this beautiful print. This is printed by Richard Photo Lab, and obviously I didn't do anything to this image because they processed the film, scanned it, and made this print and sent it to me. So I did not order this print after I did any processing to it. Beautiful. Here's a couple other ones. Nothing done to these at all. Just developed, scanned by the lab, and printed. I did not do any editing to these. Look at how beautiful these are. I have 2 more to show you. Just beautiful, beautiful. These are all on Fuji 400H, I think these were on. So, I hope you liked that quick little comparison and some of my thoughts on film versus digital. I still do supplement digital into my workflow, and I'm trying to get my digital where it can be consistent with my film look, and so I can utilize both because there's still really great things about digital that I love as well. So I hope that helps you a little bit, and let me know if you're starting to shoot film or think about it. I would love to talk to you. Thanks. Bye.